I've acknowledged that the decision of Honda is not entirely based on Brexit, but as we have been discussing, Brexit, the uncertainty, the business environment uncertainty caused by Brexit has an impact on investment. And the Minister stated that investment was not down, but investment into the automotive industry has gone down by almost 50% in the last year. And this and at the same time as we see that components worth £35 million are delivered from the European Union every day, that reflects the way in which our supply chains are integrated. And this is a point, Madam Deputy Speaker, that I seem to fail, or the government members, many of whom pride themselves on their business experience, seem to fail to understand that supply chains, and as a chartered engineer, I have worked in many been involved in many supply chains, but the automotive supply chain is highly integrated and highly just in time. And so you have automotive supply chains which cross the channel backwards and forwards multiple times. For example, making a crankshaft based in France and then then going to the UK or to the West Midlands to be drilled and milled, and then being sent to Munich to put in an engine, which then comes back to Oxford to have the engine. So multiple times crossing the channel, which would be a tariff border. Such integration requires frictionless borders, but it also requires agreed standards to define everything from the acceptable frequency of electromagnetic radiation to the atomic composition of a given chemical. And in leaving the European Union, what the government apparently want to see is not less regulation, but simply more duplication, setting up new regulatory bodies to recreate existing European agencies and regulations. And far from Brussels imposing regulation on the European Union, it was often acting as an outsourcer for the regulation that we would need in any case. Now, the automotive industry delivers good jobs, well-paid jobs, not gig economy jobs, not minimum wage jobs, but good, well-paid jobs, which we, in the North East particularly, as the only region in the country which still exports more than it imports, and very proud to have Nissan in our region, the most productive Nissan plant in the world in our region. We in the North East refuse to envisage the future that this government seems to desire, whereby our manufacturing is undermined by taking us out of the biggest free trade area in the world.